One of the things that I noticed during this entire couple of months where this oppression is going on, when people talk about the historical context, they talk about 1948, they talk about 1967, but it seems that nobody wants to go beyond that.
No, nobody talks the reality of this.
As if nobody says that there was a time when this place was a place of peace under the right rulers. Even Muslim leaders,
They don't want to. Nobody wants to talk about the Ottomans, don't you know? It is forbidden to talk about the Ottomans. It is forbidden to talk about Khilafat in so many Muslim countries. If it's not forbidden, they're not going to like it so much. They're going to tell you, hey, don't speak. So, they are pushing the lie that Muslims and Jews for 1400 years we've always been big enemies, fighting and killing each other. Complete lie. Christians, you have a problem with them. We don't have a problem. There are differences, we don't have a problem. We have proof of 1400 years of Islamic empire and ruling, where the Jews, they live nice and easy. Sometimes wrong things happen here and there, those exceptions. It's not the law of Islam, it is not the rule of the land. And it is not sanctioned by the book. Completely different from what the Christians have been doing. It's sanctioned by the book, from the Vatican to the pulpits to the churches. Everyone is saying these are Christ killers, finish them. Why are you going to go all the way to Jerusalem to fight the Muslims? The Jews are here, they are the real enemies, kill them, finish them. They have that problem, not the Muslims. So they put that lie, but people believe. Because we don't know our history. They say, do not learn. It's not important to learn history. Learn tajweed, learn fiqh, learn akidah, don't learn history. Imagine a man, he has every knowledge, but he doesn't know who he is, where he comes from. Imagine a man not knowing where he comes from, what his history is, what kind of, person who has no strength and no power. Now, Muslim nations are like that because they say, before we become independent from the British or the French or whoever, let's not talk about that. Talk about when the British and the French came, that's when our real history starts, and then we became independent from them, that's where the real history starts, until now. But for over 1,000 years of Islamic rule with Khilafat, don't mention. Don't speak. It doesn't exist, it is wrong, it is bad, it's completely evil, there's no place in this modern world anymore. This is the second lie that is being pushed that the Muslims are believing. First one, they make the whole world to believe that we are the enemies to each other. Second lie is that for over 1,000 years, 1,300 years, that this world in the areas where there's so many problems. Every Muslim country, let's say, there are problems. These Muslim countries, they were ruled by the Khilafat directly or indirectly, and there was peace and prosperity for hundreds of years, if not for over 1,000 years. People were able to live. People who were natural, let's say natural enemies to each other, they're able to sit down and they're able to build a civilization and to live together properly. Especially during the last Ottomans and before that, the Seljuks, especially during those times. Because their spirit was different from the ruling of, say, the Arab dynasties. So nobody wants to talk. Shaykh Efendi used to say, there was no suicide bombers Suicide bombers just came. That time he was talking in the 90s. He says, just came 20 years. There's no suicide bombing in Islam. But they made us believe that this is part of our religion. There was no need for any violence in the places where people say they've been fighting for centuries, because there was peace for centuries. So that is the part where the whole world now conspire to just don't look, don't speak, because you cannot speak about it without bringing up Khilafat, without bringing up the Ottomans. The whole world saying, don't speak about Khilafat. We finished that long time ago. It's going to make now the Muslims to unite. Don't talk about Akhir Zaman. Don't talk about Islam. It's finished. Now it's nationalism. The Islam is according to the country's Islam. It is not the Islam that unifies. Every country will have their own version of Islam, so that they'll never come together. So this is something that the whole world is not going to talk about, because once you start speaking about how these lands, they were governed properly, they were different religions. We are now understanding people from different religions, they always fight. In Islamic understanding, no. People from different religions, people who are different tribes, different colors, you are all mankind. And Allah is saying, what is wrong with you that you don't help each other? We made you into different tribes so that you look for each other and you help each other and learn from each other. And there's no one tribe that is higher than the other. The Arab is not higher than the Ajam. It's finished. So if you want to find peace, how those lands were governed peacefully, you have to talk about the Khilafat, you have to talk about the Ottomans. That is the door they don't want to open. Because once they open that door, now you cannot close it anymore. Now people will start waking up to say, oh, the whole system is rigged. Oh, all our education is also rigged. We have been brainwashed. Oh, we are living in a lie. Oh, the system is a lie. Believers know that. People of Tariqat, especially our Jamaat, they know that. We're pulling ourselves out, trying to not be part of that shaitanic kingdom strongly, as much as we can, with our firm intention, and then with our weak actions. Not to just shrug our shoulders, say, what can we do? Not to run and to be drowned into that system to say, oh, how are we going to change the system? But this is something that majority of Muslim countries say, don't speak. We must be part of that system. In order for us to rise now, we must be part of that system. We must be part of that club. Don't you know? You want Islam to rise? We have to be part of that club. We have to be part of that satanic kingdom. That is how Islam is going to rise. And that's exactly what Dajjal is doing. And our sheikhs are the only ones speaking up against this. The rest who know this, and they don't say there's a problem. Who are knowing this and they're saying, unbelievers are knowing this. And they're saying, by the millions, they're saying, there's something wrong with this system. There's something wrong with our leadership. There's something wrong with this governance. Muslims were given the drug, and that version of Islam becomes that drug. Be busy with Aqidah. Be busy with fiqh. Be busy with zikr too. But don't be heedful Don't wake up people. Be busy with Mawlid, that is good. Be busy with prayers. Anything but to wake yourself up to understand, as Shaykh Maulana says in the khutbah, the most important thing, the most important point for us to know in these times is to understand we're living in a shaitanic kingdom. Ahir Zaman. And Shaykh Maulana has been speaking since the 70s, since the 80s, since 50 years. Never tiring, never stopping. So now, of course, there is a problem. Because those who know this, and there are people, and I refuse to believe people don't know this. Muslims don't know this, alims don't know this, sheikhs, they don't know this. If they know this and they don't speak and they don't wake people up, that is a bigger problem now. Either you're part of the solution or you're part of the problem. So, everyone acts, of course, according to their permission, according to the authority that is given to them. Maybe they have no authority to speak. Then don't claim so much. Then don't go in front so much. Go back. This is all our religion and all our ilm and all our knowledge of Islam, if we don't understand the time that we're living in, it means nothing. If you don't know the time that you're living, the challenges that you're living, you don't know who is representing Haqq and who is representing Batil. You don't know who is representing the Prophet ﷺ and his system, and you don't know who is representing Abu Jahil and his system. You don't know who is representing Sahibul and you don't know who is representing Dajjal. So you don't teach people that this is a conflict, that there is a fight. And that's why I say don't teach that. Everyone should just fall asleep and prepare for Christmas. Muslim countries will trip over each other to prepare for Christmas. Prepare for concerts and enjoying. While our children are. So where is the heart? Where is the humanity? Where is the iman? Something wrong. Imagine living in a time when there is clearly, let's say, Musa alayhi salam representing Haqq, and clearly there is Firaun who's representing Zulm, tyranny, yes? Clearly. And imagine that there are a group of people, they're good people, they worship, but they say we don't want to get involved. We don't want to get involved with Musa, with Hira. We just want to live our lives. As Shaykh Maulana is saying, that ant, just to have a small intention, small action, just for your heart to understand, to wake up this a little bit, to be like that ant, Allah will praise you. But we have been created to do more than that. So look to see what kills your belief, what deadens it, what makes it to be dull, and what gives it power, what makes it sharp. So we have lost. We have lost it. We have to be careful.